Hey everybody, welcome back. We got the premiere of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10. We're going to go over some of the looks.
Tens across the board.
That's right. So we're going to go through some of our favorite moments of it, give a little tea on what we thought about the premiere, and go from there.
That's right. So, let's go ahead and talk about like the first half of the entrances. Mm-hmm. Entrances are always like one of my favorite parts of the first episode
Pretty
of the
exciting.
Season. It really sets the tone for each of the queens. It really kind of I don't know, it just really I feel like I make a lot of my opinions about the queens like pretty much from that to last the entire season. Mm-hmm. I think people surprise me, of course, but you know, the Meet the Queens, I don't feel like you can get as much. Even it's like it's not as authentic, I feel, as when they actually walk in, their first impressions. Right. You know, like boom, I'm here, let's do this thing.
Well, yeah, it's because like it's their first opportunity, you know, to really showcase themselves, see what kind of artistic choices they make. You know, because with the promo and the Meet the Queens, in those moments, there's kind of a structure they have to find their place in. Mm-hmm. But with the intros, it's kind of just, you know, what do you want the world to see, and you know, how do you want to look? What do you want them to hear?
Yes, producer honey, you better fucking give me all of that fucking like backstage fucking consideration. All right, so the first half of the queens. I can already tell you Miss Cracker is one of my favorites. I am always such a fan whenever they have like a weird, like really quirky intro whenever they walk in, and her just like screaming about dinner. Is it a quote from something?
It's a big like thing she does on her social media. Caitlin is her assistant, so she always says, "Okay, Caitlin, it's time for dinner," and she has reels and reels of her like saying that with different looks and different times. And
oh my god! Okay.
So it's kind of like a little nod to that, which is cute.
I love that. That's super cute. I just thought it was like really fun, and I love her name. I don't understand what like all the like the triggeredness is about her name though.
Well, I mean,
like I understand it's a racial slur, but it's towards white people. And already we're seeing like some like pushback from like the people of color about it. So I don't quite understand.
I mean, it's not just because they're people of color. It's also like where they're coming from. You know what it's like in their their home states. Because I mean, Asia's from Texas, so you know it's different there than it's going to be inferred somewhere in like fucking New York City. You know, I think some of those people are coming from places that. You know, you don't toss around words like that because different people do get upset about it. So that's just the school of thought that they're from. So they're kind of shocked to hear this rawness from New York City, you know, just made light of something like that, I think.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, my
they're
fucking
clearly,
white Midwest fucking
right.
like podunk background doesn't have a problem with it, but I don't even think I've ever heard it seriously used either. Like, I've never heard somebody actually be called a cracker.
Right.
Like, in an offensive way.
I mean, it definitely has been. And
I've heard honky.
There are white people who would be offended by it. I think it's interesting, though, because, you know, it's like what always happens with Drag Race. These girls are exposed to different things and kind of opens their eyes to it. So these girls who normally see that as something that's, you know, a big no-no, stay away from because someone's going to get upset, they're seeing someone of that, you know, race or whatever, make light of it and have fun with it. So I think that's a good growing opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay,
I was just curious.
Through. And then we had Yuhua. She was cute. I mean, she's just serving very much like Asian stereotype. Not in a bad way, just with like the costume. So I'm interested to see more of her personal style, unless that is really what she does a lot of the time. I guess we'll see there. I'm curious.
I thought Eureka came back with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
The Phoenix look. I have been obsessed with Phoenixes since fucking 8th grade. Like, just the whole concept of her rising from the ashes is, like, so cute. The look was, like, on point.
Well done costume.
Yeah, really well done. Good hierarchy. Obviously, great use of color with the fire theme. Just all in all, it was just really good.
She definitely stands out. And then a couple more that we did want to hit, too, was...
Blair St. Clair. Obviously, our girl. I have literally performed on an open stage with her. I was in the... Okay, so here's a story about Blair St. Clair, bitches.
The last time we're going to spill it.
Yeah, right? Maybe. So, I actually... One of the first times I did drag in this area after we moved here, maybe even the first time.
Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, in Dayton. She was here for an open stage from Indianapolis, apparently. And I walk in the room, and I did my own little fucking entrance moment,
You
okay?
did.
Like, I was, like, feeling my fucking bearded drag fantasy. I walk in fucking, like, faux confident and just said, it's just another Manic Monday. Literally, nobody fucking, like, bat an eye or even looked, except for, like, this one, like, cute little thing. It wasn't Blair St. Clair, but she just, like, literally looked up and, like, no shit, she was filing her nails. Just like
she was actually the only one close to you, too. So
Yeah.
she had to look.
Right, true. She was, like, fucking filing her nails, looked up, did, like, a half-ass smile, and looked back down and started filing her nails again. So I continued to walk in, and I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I'm fucking, like... As a man, I feel like I'm very confident, like, walking into a room, like, you know, I just really feel my oats, but, like, not that night, I was just, like, kind of in my head a little bit, again, first time, bearded drag, dating, all that stuff together.
I think it was your first show here at all.
I think it was, yeah. So I didn't, and everything was full, so I was, like, looking around for a spot, I was like...
It's a big room,
I was like,
packed wall to wall.
may I please see it? May I please see it? Like, there was, like, nobody fucking giving a shit. And then all of a sudden, Blair St. Clair turns and says, like, there's space over here for you. So I just thought that was so sweet. Such a good sign of her character. And obviously she's had a fan in me ever since. Absolutely love her. She even, like, gave me advice on my makeup that night. So... really excited to see what she does with the show. So excited to see her on there. She's so talented. You even talked about the time that she did Formation. I think it was that same night. She like, for a white girl to do Formation like that.
She's an awesome performer.
That is like something else.
Yeah.
Like, she was captivating. Nothing short of it. And her entrance look. So cute.
It was cute, really on brand with the whole, like, you know, ingenue, new girl, I'm here in town, big-eyed, big dreams.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
Really sweet.
Really sweet.
Definitely who I'm rooting for the most out of all the girls.
Absolutely, absolutely. She's representing the Midwest, and not just the Midwest. So we got a Chicago bitch in there too, but like, kind of like the understated
more
Midwest.
of the flyover cities, if you will.
Even more so than
say.
Chicago. You know, and she's representing Indiana for the first time. I think that is so cool and crazy.
So I'm really hoping she does well. Fingers crossed for her. Every week I'm gonna be like just standing for her so hard.
Yeah, love it. So moving on.
Yeah, since we talked about everyone else that came in so far, let's also just jump into Monet. I liked her look. I really like her. I think she's super funny and cutesy, and I'm into the whole gig. I'm really excited to see what she can do. She seems really polished.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good time to say, like, you know, anything that we say that's, like, negative criticism or whatever, like, it's not meant to be, like just coming for people. It's just, you know, as, like, visual artists ourselves, like...
Fans of drag.
We've
seen a lot of drag.
Yeah, like, we just have opinions, you know, and we don't mean to offend.
No.
And feel free to join the conversation. We'll be posting this podcast to YouTube as well, so leave a comment below if you have a favorite, if you disagree with any of our opinions, all that good stuff.
I mean, that being said, all these queens are, like, obviously great, or else they wouldn't be on the show
Correct.
at this point.
Absolutely.
So we are, like, nitpicking when we're saying things about what they do.
Yes, absolutely. And that said, I didn't really like Monet's entrance. I felt like it was a little half-baked in a way. Like, I liked the concept of it, but I felt like it almost, like, it needed to be, like, a shorter catchphrase when she came in or something. Like, you know, it just seemed like a little bit of a reach for me. But either way, I love the look. I love the reveal. And, you know, that in and of itself was great. Props to her for that. Getting into the second half of the girls, I want to say, oh, my God, what's her name? Oh, God, Asia O'Hara.
What about her? Anything? I loved her look. I'm always a fan of Fringe. Kind of simple though, so we'll see what she ends up bringing to us later on.
I was fucking around there because we were trying to cover all the girls for the first for the first half of the entrance, and we accidentally forgot about her. No shade towards her. I
think I said it all there.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's pretty simple but cute, and I like to see more from her. She's funny,
definitely. Also, I want to talk about, like, the butch one, like the one with the like all the muscles. What's her name?
Cameron Michaels?
Yes. I thought her entrance like was cute about her being like on the pit crew and everything. It was kind of a nod to her being like so muscular.
She's kind of simple. I don't know. She, like I said, she makes me think of the princess with like her look, and I think she's from a similar area as the princess. So
oh really?
That could make sense with her drag, but I don't know. It's like muscly girl in a gown, and I just don't know how she's gonna hold up. I feel like she's. This is so bad and so early to say this, but I do feel like she's first half of the season kind of girl.
Oh my gosh, we'll see. We have been wrong countless times before. People surprise us. Based on this look,
it looks like Kelly Mantle's bacon dress from like far away, like the same hair and everything. Yeah, so that's pretty funny.
It really does. I wonder if it was a nod to it.
I'm sure not.
I'm
but
gonna give her that credit there.
I'm gonna say no. Okay.
I also really liked Vanessa Vanjie. I just think that like I love her makeup. I love that it's kind of like very pheromone, where it's like sort of just like a lot of highlight. She doesn't need to sculpt really heavily. She's kind of just fishy without that.
Yeah.
Sculpting.
She was okay. I'm not super excited about her either. I mean, her personality is fun, so I guess she, elevates the energy that way.
Oh my god, I'm super excited for her. Yeah. I mean, her boyfessional alone is like enough to keep her on, in my opinion. I think she's like so funny.
I'm excited for Dusty Ray Bottoms.
I loved her entrance.
She was super fun and really interesting and quirky, and
never loved you.
Yeah, never loved you. Thing she said that was cute. I don't know. I really like her look. I think I'm really interested to see what else she can bring. She's kind of different than what we've seen before from some of the other girls. Who else we got? Okay, well, I'm going to say probably
I hated the Vixen's look. I'm just going to say I'm super excited for her. I think that she has, like, a good energy about her, but I hated her fucking costume.
And that's what I was going to say next, too, that I love the Vixen, and I loved her look. Up close, you can kind of see it looks kind of, like, papery. It's very Nina Bonina. But I still think it looks great. I love all the business going on. I think it really, like, flips you on your head with the Bulls reference on her head and the Chicago flag and the skyline flipped over on her dress and all of it pulled together. I think it's just such a love letter to Chicago. I really like that element, and I like all the weird things together. And her intro, "I'm just here to fight," super funny, really funny. Interesting,
very sickening.
I'm excited.
I'm not opposed. First of all, I didn't get the Bulls reference. That's amazing. I love that. Didn't even think about that. But I feel like the hierarchy is just really wrong. I like the concept. I like the mishmash of things. I just feel like it's so like tummy bust heavy, and there's not enough of like a sort of like just sense of hierarchy with the whole thing. The spacing seems off to me. Mayhem Miller, sickening. Been auditioning for the show for a long fucking time, apparently, so congratulations to Mayhem.
It's interesting she chose to do like an old school kind of drag look for her intro, I wonder if that means she wanted to kind of get it out of the way and show she can do it, or if that means it's going to be like a lot of her style, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about her either, so that'll be interesting to see. I was a little bored with the look, but it was a really well done body as far as the silhouette and everything. So that's always good props to her.
Calorie Kardashian.
Oh my god,
super interesting too. I love how short and like curvy and fishy she really is. I think that all really works for her. I thought her. Hope you're ready for a all carb, high calorie diet. That was super funny. I'm into her. She's really cute.
Shaking that fat ass. Yeah, I love it.
She looks good. She's fun.
Yeah, and her boyfriend is really cute too. Like I love whenever they're like their personality translates so well across like both characters.
Yeah.
Like their self and their queen character, I guess you could say.
I like her, but I'm scared for her at the same time. Like I don't know how she'll hold up with these girls, so we'll see.
Right though.
And I was really happy with what Aquaria had on. I thought it was fun, and it's a look I've seen from her before, so it's really like on brand. I know she can do a lot, so I'm excited to see what she chooses to do in this season.
Me too. I know you've been following her on Instagram for a while, and like always
years now.
Always show me her stuff. She is like so sickening. I think that was a great way to like end the entrances, was to have her in there.
Oh yeah,
like kind of the cap on everybody. I thought
to
that was
gag
cute.
Everybody, because I guarantee they all knew who she was.
That's what she said in her boyfessional, and fucking they were all looking at her like they knew.
Oh my god, and Monique Hart. of course, we didn't say anything about her. I loved her outfit. I loved her look. I love her personality. I think it's really cute. I'm also super excited for her. I think she has really high potential for me.
Okay, so their mini challenge to kick things off, this episode was really, really cool. I love that they did something really different. They've done, like, little dancing things before. You know, like the old lady one comes to mind from, I think, last season. But like this, where they actually had, like, a full-blown, like, runway. All of, like, these past season girls, so, like, there to judge them. I hope they actually gave them scorecards, because that'd be cute as fuck. But just, like... I don't know, like, production. Like, apparently VH1's got a little bit more of a budget than Logo. I think you can tell.
They've allocated them more, yeah. The show's been getting more popular, so of course they're gonna, you know, put more into it.
For sure. Mayhem Miller kicking it off with, kind of kicking it off, but one of the first ones we saw, she set the tone whenever she did that fucking cartwheel in that goddamn gown. Like, what the fuck?
And cute little voguing. I mean, I like the whole idea, too, of doing the whole ball runway thing. It pulls in, you know, the theme of the tens across the board for this season.
True. I didn't even think about that. That's super cute. All right, so Miss Cracker really surprised me with hers. Like, I was not expecting her to do that well with this challenge. But she just had, like, such good moves, and she, like, really injected her comedy into it by, like, you know, just being, like, silly with it, but still had some, like, really good execution of, like, some pretty legit moves.
Yeah, she's a good performer. I mean, you know, most of them that come from New York City that are going to make it on the show are going to be really good, you know, really well-rounded, because it's such high-caliber drag there.
True.
So
yeah.
I'm not surprised that she was a good dancer. I've seen her do some performances, and they've always been great, so...
Okay, living for Vixen's voguing. I fucking, like, I don't give a fuck that her skirt ripped and shit. Like, just, like, she was, like, doing things that, like, I don't know if I've ever seen before in voguing. I'm really into voguing right now.
Yeah, right, very bad.
And, like, that little fucking tuck and roll thing she did.
It was cool with the horns.
Yeah, especially with the helmet on. Just, like... Bitch, you could have just, like, left half of that fucking dress at home and slayed it even more, in my opinion.
I really like Dusty's. I thought it was, you know, like she said during it, it's pretty different than the other girls. She wasn't giving you death drops and splits, but it was super cool with her ripping her t-shirt off, and then, like, the expressions, like the screaming and the freaking out type of thing she was doing. It was cute. It was kind of weird, though, like, the whole Tempest... Her and Tempest each shaded each other a little bit separately, like, playfully. And I'm wondering if it's, like you said, that they know each other or something. Because, like, to me, they even look aesthetically similar. Yeah, like, she looks like her mom.
And they're, wait, no, where's Tempest from?
I don't know. I don't know where Tempest is from. But I just thought that was weird. It seemed like there was some sort of, like, joking backstory. But I really like Dusty's. I thought it was a cool way to...
They almost had to have known each other. Because it's not very, like... on brand, I think, for Tempest to be so, like, shady.
Either of them randomly calling each other out.
Yeah. I was obsessed with Vanjie's, like, runway little fucking cack thing, too. I loved her death drop at the end. And I was also really living for Kimchi wearing her little fucking cage thing, like, dancing around all fucking cute and Asian-like. I don't know why that was so entertaining to me.
Yeah, I was more into the Kimchi dancing around with the cage thing than I was with Vanessa's little runway there at all. I don't know. I just expected more of her already, because the way she came out, you know, from the intro and, like, the Meet the Queen, she seems like such a fireball. Like, she'd be, like, nuts on the floor, and I haven't seen that. I didn't see that here. I loved Monet Exchange's little runway there. I thought it was, you know, pretty... Not only, like, funny, entertaining, cute, but, like, super sickening with, like, the 3 dips at the end. After she did the first one, then she was just like, bam, bam, hit 2 more.
Somebody tells me she's been to Vogue Nights a time or 2.
Right.
Living for Aquarius. Accidentally slapping Jinx Monsoon in the face. And Jinx Monsoon confessional about it was super funny, too, about the airtime. I thought that was really cute.
That was cute. Jinx is funny.
Okay, so, runway... One of your favorites, I know. Drag on a Dime.
Yeah, I love this challenge, especially with, like, you know, it being an homage to the first season since this is season 10. I thought that was really cute. Full circle. Like
oh my god, this is the first season?
Done with a lot of stuff. Yes.
I had no
You're having
idea.
so many epiphany moments on this podcast.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they said that on here, though.
I still don't know for sure if I've seen the first season, and I can't believe I just admitted that. We might edit that out.
No, we're not. Yes, I definitely love the challenge. Super fun because there's always so much opportunity with it, and to see how the girls' minds really think when they're presented with such raw materials. I think some of them really responded well to it, and I think some of them kind of like flustered because it's not usually in their wheelhouse, you know.
Definitely, as we always see on this fucking show.
Yeah.
Just thinking off the top of my head, like my favorite ones, like definitely, Yuhua,
Yeah, that.
Yua's, I know the caution tape thing is like kind of overdone, but
yeah,
she did with it what Calorie Kardashian should have done with the money look, where she really transformed it. Like, she really made a nice silhouette with it. It moved beautifully down the runway.
Really chic.
The little onk on top of her head kind of like made it like very like mysterious in a way. I know that the onk wasn't intentional, but I definitely got like that from it too, like Michelle did. And again, Calorie Kardashian, I'm sorry, girl. That thing was a goddamn mess.
I'm not that surprised because they said that Yuhua was a seamstress and not necessarily a designer, but she certainly makes things. So it doesn't surprise me that she could come up with, you know, look that looks nice and presentable and finished with her drag.
Yeah.
But yeah, Calorie's definitely not great. One that
needed like pulled real fucking tight in the center.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm over it. It was not there, like you said. One of my favorites was, and I know you're going to disagree with me, but I really loved Asia O'Hara's look. How busy it was. I loved the basket on her head. And as a crafter and maker myself, I was super impressed thinking about the basket because the basket is enormous and it stayed on her head with like the balance and the piñata and all that. And I'm wondering how she physically made that happen. So I definitely thought hers was cool. What are your feelings on it?
It was definitely a feat of physics for all of that fucking shit to be able to hang on her. I had the same problem with it that I had with the Vixen's entry look. Like, too much going on with no, like, real hierarchy. Like, the fucking basket was as big as her, like, bust in, like, mid-region. Like, it's not that I don't like busier kind of, like, looks. It definitely isn't in my, like, aesthetic realm, for sure. But I can get behind it if, like the designerly sense of it is like there, and it just wasn't there for me. Like, I
thought it was, and I thought you could even get the story and the
like
character from it.
Fucking Jiggly Caliente is fucking.
It is not like Jiggly Caliente. How dare you?
It is. It is. To me, it is. I see them as very, very similar. Sure. Like, if you just look at her silhouette, like her fucking like.
There is shape there. There's a lot going on.
No fucking round. I guess round is a shape. I'm in shape, bitch.
From this angle, but there is shape there.
I saw it on the runway,
and during Untucked, you get to see it too. I really liked it.
It was worse when she was sitting down.
Who else is another fave?
I definitely liked Aquaria's, her little Bo Peep thing. I don't know what the fuck she made that out of.
I don't know.
But it was, like, divine. I am so sad that she was safe. I definitely think that she was in the top for me. That was just absolute shit.
It was awesome. I'm wondering if she used, like, the umbrellas or something for the head and the skirt. Because it was, like, the same shape. Like, up top and below. It's like that critique that Bob Mackie gave Adore Delano about her hair and her skirt being like sisters that time. That's very much what was coming through with this hat and the silhouette of the skirt. So I agree with you. I thought hers was awesome.
I liked Blair St. Clair's look. I love the silhouette of like the silver visor things in the skirt. I do feel like, in my opinion, going back, y'all have been listening to this for a long time. You know I'm all about like hierarchy in terms of like design and stuff, and I'm super picky about like essentially like a fashionistic rule of thirds. And I just really think that like the hair should have been bigger.
I agree.
Especially with the judges critiqued her back panel piece. And I think, didn't you say you didn't like it either?
I didn't like it,
When we first talked about it?
I thought it pulled the rest of the outfit down a little bit. I thought it would have been stronger without it.
I feel like if that were there, like, with the big hair, it would have, like, kind of, like, registered better.
Yeah, I would have done different hair regardless. Maybe even, like, a different color, like a blonde or something versus the dark, but...
I loved, what's-her-name's, like, playing cards look, too, for the same reason I love Blair's, like, little skirt. I just loved, like, the almost, like, petal-like kind of, like, flare skirt that it made. That was super cute.
And that was one of my things about Blair's look, too, is I did like it. There were little bits of it that I felt like were a little off for me. The silhouette in general was pretty good, but I didn't love the skirt because I didn't feel like it was really that transformed. I feel like the visors were literally just wrapped around her, and comparing her to someone else who used the same material, Dusty Ray Bottoms, hers were completely transformed.
True.
And she used the same material, but it did not look like it looked before it was, made into a costume. So because of that, I took a few points off from Blair in my eyes.
Yeah, in your visual scorecard.
Exactly.
As you are marking.
9.99 across the board.
Oh my god, not 9.9s. I love that. Oh fuck. What's her name with the sponges? She does also the cleaning
Monet
at the beginning.
Exchange?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like if you're going to do a super conceptual look like that, like most of the time you can get away with like a look being 80% there. But whenever it's like super conceptual, it needs to be 100% there. Otherwise, it just like gets lost in the translation.
Yeah, we all know. Just as we see time and time happen, unfortunately, with some of these girls.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can get at the dollar store, right? So that said, the fucking bullshit about the water earrings and like the fucking like soap bubbles in her dirt hair or whatever the hell it was.
Nobody was getting that.
Yeah, that was like not, it needed to be a touch more obvious. But my biggest problem with the whole look was that I wish there was more of a gradient with the sponges. Like, whether it had been some sort of like different shape slowly going down, or if it was like, it basically cuts off at her ass and just like stops kind of like with just a few little dots of like sponges from there. In my opinion, it needed to be a lot more gradual. And kind of like really give that sort of like cascading effect. Whereas it was mostly just like, here's my ass. Like,
just heavy.
My ass is stopping here. I hope you enjoy the
Might
sponges.
as well have been a mini dress because the sponges only go halfway down.
This is very true. I think it would have looked better that way.
It would have.
So yeah, either cascading gradient or a mini dress.
Yeah.
I'd have been down for either of those, and obviously fixing the conceptual aspect of the top.
I mean,
the head.
As a maker myself, I like to approach this from kind of looking at what they did and thinking about the time and the process they actually put into each of these looks. And with Monet's, she spent a lot of fucking time, I'm sure, cutting up the sponges and gluing them on. And it was just like maybe not the best allocation of time because she either ran out of sponges or she ran out of time to finish the dress because it looks very unfinished. And then it comes down to the styling after that. It's like you said with the hair and the message not reading. If she would have done a big full blue wig, that would have read as water more than little tiny blue earrings.
Sickening. I love that.
So it's like the styling with some of these girls didn't hit the mark as well as, the craftsmanship.
She might have been red for fucking like Marge Simpson though if she did the blue hair. I don't know. That's like a weird.
But I'm not saying like a big hair. I'm saying like comes down over the dress like water running on the sponges.
Oh my god, yes, cascading down, cascading sponges.
She should have just like made a Tide Pod dress.
Yeah, and then we would have all like ate them. Also like Miss Cracker's look. I'm always a fan of like delivering a character on the runway, and she did a really good that. She did that. So with that said, I feel like we should just talk about
the bottoms.
Vanjie, since we already went through. What's her name? Vanjie. Not a great shape on her, especially being a curvy girl. Kind of rounded her out in a bad way.
Very glamour toad.
And then her and Calorie ended up in the bottom. Very emotional moment, I think, for everyone involved because I don't think either one of them thought that they were going to be there. Like it wasn't like an obvious thing, or maybe after the critiques, but like going into the runway, I'm sure that they both felt very confident from the way that their confessionals were. The lip sync itself. Hey Christina, thanks for giving them the rights to that song. It was a pretty good one. I probably would have Had about 6 others that I would have had before it, but it was
Right?
still good. I was
It
still
was.
singing it up the stairs on my way to bed, you know, all that fun stuff. But I was surprised. Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert ahead. I was seriously surprised at that lip sync. It's like you said earlier about, like, Vanjie. I was expecting a lot more sass, like, in her performances. Because her, like, she's just, like, so, like, snappy and on it, like, in her confessional. But her lip sync was kind of, like, I thought Calorie was done. Like, whenever I saw who was in the bottom 2, like, I was like, nope, sorry, Calorie, I love you.
Right.
But I feel like it's not going to be you. And then, bam, like, she fucking turned it out.
Bam.
Oh, my God. Did not do that on purpose. Bam!
Bam Calorie turned it out.
Bam Calorie. She freaking, like, the money trick, like, dropping the splits and the perfect time.
Oh my God. She saw the season 9 finale with Side of Lore and learned a couple tricks.
Right. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, that was genius. That solidified the win if she wasn't already there because, I mean, Calorie was not, like, the one to beat. So Vanessa, had she just delivered something a little bit higher, she could have taken Calorie out. But Calorie really solidified it with the moves and then the money stunt. They love a stunt in drag. They really do. And if it's well done, then you've got it.
Right? Ain't that the truth? You gotta, and embodying the song. And all
That's
that
what I mean.
too.
If you hit it right, then there's such a magic that can happen there. And she did.
So unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
Miss Vanjie.
We got those cookies, baby, and they were delicious. But much like a cookie, it was a sweet, sweet sugar high,
That didn't
followed
last
by
long
a
enough.
very hard crash.
Yeah, right. And on to the calories.
Right? Oh my God. Truth.
I was happy with the end of it. I mean, Calorie, I do want to see more from her. She's exciting.
Can we talk about her, like, little ghost exit? Like, turn her and hooch.
Yeah, she just, like, disintegrated in front of us on the runway. It was really weird.
Yeah, it was kind of sickening. I feel like she was just trying to get her, like, last moments in, like, of camera time in a good way. Like, I don't blame her. I'd do the same fucking thing. But I just thought that was, like, so strange how she went out. She was just
Miss Vanjie.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Miss Vanjie, I think, yeah.
She said it, like, 3 times and then just, like, gracefully bowed out.
Yeah, it was
Bless her heart.
quirky.
You could tell she was so, like, defeated and sad. When fucking RuPaul made the bam joke, she, like, did not give a fuck. She was just like, I'm gonna just bow out gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
And she did. Slowly, walking backwards, Miss Vanjie.
Right. Overall, it was definitely a good first episode. I was super into it. A lot of exciting stuff came up. I had a lot of fun with it. I definitely had high expectations for it, and they were met for me. I cannot wait to see what else comes this season.
Absolutely. Fucking sweet. Well, so excited for the next episode. We'll be covering it. If you have any questions or, like, comments about the episode, you know, we'd love to know, who was your favorite look on the runway? Who was your, like, what queen are you rooting for? What team are you on this early on? We want to know. Leave a comment below. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at InBetweenBranches.
That's right. We also got Twitter, at Between Branches, YouTube, Instagram. We're all over it. Just find us.
And I would like to take this moment to do a little shameless plug for our Etsy store. We do this just because we love it, and we love to kind of, you know, have this conversation with you guys. So if you do feel like you want to support our channel, support our podcast, all you gotta do is go to InBetweenBranches.etsy.com. Mm-hmm. That is our Etsy store. We've got all sorts of vintage clothing on there. Some handmade art from Jordan. Again, he is a crafter. Feel free to critique it since we're fucking reading these bitches down.
We've got a lot of sick stuff on there for this summer. You can get on there, get some cute clothes, get some cute things to decorate your place.
Right. Little
definitely
knickknacks.
check it out.
Plenty of owls.
It's our specialty, one of them.
Right.
Definitely our specialty.
Anyways.
Owls are in between the branches.
They so are. So check it out. InBetweenBranches.etsy.com. Remember to like us, subscribe, follow us on our social media. We really appreciate all the love. And we're looking forward to bringing you many more episodes this season of RuPaul's Drag Race. So.
Hell yeah.
All right. Jordan and
love
Clayton,
ya. And don't forget to use
here.
coupon code DRAG.
Bye.
Bye.